All right, so we are currently starting the Fixit 2 assignment in the Excel 2 unit. You will need to have your Fixit 1 document opened, and I want you to save that as Fixit 2 on your H drive. All right, the first thing that it wants us to do is enter the new label totals in the cell shown on the example. So in cell A12, it would like us to type in the word totals. Okay, it would like us to set the column width between A and B to fit the longest entry. So as I come up here on the line between A and B, I'll double click just to make sure that this is set to fit the longest entry. I can delete that one. I don't know why that's there. Okay. All right. In step 5, it says to set the column width of columns C through G to 10 characters. I'm on a Mac, and so it's a little bit different. So I'm going to set these to 10 characters manually. It'll still work for you this way, but there's an easier way on the PC that I can show you if you need some other help. Okay, so as I drag these out, you'll see on that the pop-up menu it says width 10.0 and then 0.91 inches in parentheses. The 10.0 is 10 characters. So that's how we can know how many characters wide these cells are. Okay, so those are all currently set to 10 characters. Okay, now it wants us to insert one row after the main title, John's Auto Repair, and enter the label Summary of Repair Activity. Okay, so we learned that when we insert a row, we're going to come over and we're going to highlight the row indicator. So row 2, we're going to right click and select Insert. In Excel, when it inserts a row, it inserts above the row that we selected. Okay, so here we're going to enter Summary of Repair Activity. Okay, we're going to merge and center the titles in rows 1 through 3 over columns A through G. We need to make sure we do those one row at a time. So I'll select row A, come up and select merge and center, select row row 2, so columns A through G, merge and center, and then the same thing for row 3, merge and center. It doesn't look like row 1 did it all the way, so I'll do that again. Okay, so now all those 3 are merged and centered. Okay, it wants us to calculate the labor cost. I'm in step 8. Calculate the labor cost for each customer at $40 an hour. So labor hours times 40. And then enter the formula in cell 7 and copy it to the remaining cells. Okay, so coming here to cell C7, I'm going to take equals to start my formula. Cell B7, which is 10 hours, times 40 for $40 an hour, and enter. So we have 10 hours times $40 an hour gives us total labor cost of $400. Now using the fill handle down here in the bottom right hand corner of that cell, I can click and copy that formula down to give me the labor cost for each of those customers. Okay, now it wants us to calculate the total parts and labor for each customer. We're going to add the amount in the parts column and the labor cost column. Okay, so total parts and labor will be total parts, so D7 plus total labor, so C7, enter. So total parts and labor for this customer is $1,078.50. And using the fill handle, I'm going to copy that formula down. So that $1,078 is from $678 plus $400. Okay, next it wants me to, in step 10, calculate the sales tax for each customer at a rate of 8% by multiplying the total parts and labor by 8%. Okay, so I will take cell E7, which is total parts and labor, times 8%. It's $86.28. I'll copy that formula down. And then finally, I need to calculate the total bill for each customer by adding the sales tax amount to the total parts and labor amount. So I'll start my formula with an equals, go total parts and labor, plus sales tax. So E7 plus F7 equals $1,164.78. Copy that formula down for each customer. Okay, now it would like me to calculate the totals for each customer, or for each column. Okay, so let's start here. Total labor hours. I don't need to calculate customer numbers. So I'll start with labor hours. I'll come up here and hit auto sum. It has B7 through B12. So I can enter. It gives me a total there. And now if I copy that formula all the way to the right, it will auto sum each of those columns for me. Okay, in step 13, it would like me to format the cells C6 through G11 to include a comma and 2 decimal places. So I'll come up here into my number group, select comma formatting. Hold on. Looks like when I formatted this, I put in an extra row. So I'm going to, actually I'll just leave it. Yep, I'll leave that. Okay. Calculate the totals, formatted those. Okay. Step 14, format the totals in columns C through G as currency. So the totals in C through G as currency. So I will select those 4 or 5 totals, right click, come down to Format Cells, select Currency. They're not all whole dollars, so I'm going to leave 2 decimal places right here and click OK. So you can see it gave me the dollar sign and then left my 2 decimal places. Okay, now it says in step 15 to change the labor hours for customer 137. So the labor hours here to 4.5 hours. And hit enter, and we can see how it changed our costs. Okay, then it says to format the text in the table as indicated in the illustration, add a footer with your name, assignment name, and period, and then save it and submit it. Okay, in row 1, it wants us to make it size 14 bold. Okay, so I'll set my font at 14 point. I'll bold that text. And then in the inserted row, it wants that in 12-point font, in italics. And then in the third row, it wants that in 9-point font, bold. Okay, then it wants in row 5, it wants those to be centered and bold those. And then finally down here, totals, it wants me to put that in italics. Okay, and that's it for the Fixit 2 assignment. Just make sure that you save that and upload it to Canvas so that you turn the assignment in. Make sure it's saved as Fixit 2. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions, make sure you email me or let me know. Thanks.